morning. Question for you. I had my pool resurfaced along with new tile installed. They did a horrible job on the tile. Long story short, they ended up having issues with theft, so I guess I should be grateful they even finished. Had 1,000 square feet of pavers laid 6 months ago, pretty horrible as well. I was told the coping was fine, however, it feels horrible and my 3-year-old has 3 large scrapes due to climbing out of the pool. I'm not sure if we can DIY replace it, fill in more holes, or just paint it. I can't seem to find any videos on removing limestone bullnose coping. If you don't mind, what would you suggest? I'd like to try not to hire anyone since I apparently pick horrible companies, even if they came highly recommended.
What I would do is first go around the limestone. As long as the stone is adhered to the pool and not moving, I think you'd be fine. There are some DIY things that you could do. Being that it's bullnosed, that's a good thing. You don't have to worry about the edges there. But likely along the seams where each of the pieces are put together, you probably have sharp edges and things. You could first start with just a grinding stone, or even a wheel on a grinder or something, and just literally hand walk through on your hands and knees and feel for any sharp spots and grind them off. If that doesn't work enough, then I would recommend probably painting. Before you go through the hassle of taking or removing any of that, if there's a simpler solution that can get you through for a while that you can make look decent, I would do that. What I would do with the paint, though, is do a little research in terms of what type of paint would adhere best or what preparation you would need to be able to paint over limestone. Because if you just go out and you buy a deck over paint and you roll it right on there, it may last, it may not. You may end up in a whole worse situation that you're painting it every 6 months, which wouldn't make any sense, or it's peeling and flaking. So as long as you follow a bit of a process, maybe talk to some people in the paint industry to say, here's the finish, how would I prep it? And likely what they'll have you do, you got to be careful doing this, but likely there'll be an acid wash of some type. They're going to want you to use muriatic acid and acid wash the surface. However, the acid would damage the brick as well, so you don't want to get acid on the brick. And so you've got to be careful with that and then rinsing it as well. But likely they'll have you acid wash it, and then they'll have you do a solution of TSP to neutralize the acid and then paint over it. But talk to somebody in the industry specific with paint. And I'm not saying in the pool industry, but in general, in the paint industry, someone that could give you a good outdoor paint over type of product. That would be the solution. Secondary solution. First one would be to find those rough spots that are scratching the kid's legs and whatever it's scratching, and see if you can't grind those off first.